Hey, this is Steve, Nashville, Tennessee, and you're listening to Count It Off.
Welcome to Count It Off with your host, Jeff Dayton, where we explore the world of music through the eyes of some fascinating guests. So, get tuned up and let's count it off.
Count It Off is on the road internationally in Berlin, Germany tonight at the top floor of the Berlin Marriott, which is right next to the Potsdamer Platz. And we have encountered some interesting guys, both named Chris, who have been to China teaching English for kids. And the reason that they're on the show today and have graciously accepted an invite to chat about their lives a little bit is that they do the same kinds of things with kids in China that I do with kids in music. And so Chris is, our first guest, Chris, is from South Africa originally. And, just say hi to folks.
Hi, happy to be here.
And tell us what you did over in China. Tell us about those first moments.
I arrived expecting to teach English, and they told me that I was now teaching English and PE, which in the UK is phys ed, I think you call that in America. Yeah. So I was now supposed to simultaneously teach sports and English at the same time, so invent an entirely new subject. For someone who has never taught anyone before. It was absolutely terrifying. Yeah.
But you must have wanted something about the job. How did you find the job?
I had a friend who had been teaching in South America and Colombia for years, and he would always come back with these stories. And I just thought that's such an adventure, you know, like I want this kind of adventure. So I started applying everywhere in South America, Japan and Spain and Italy, and nobody was replying to me. I made one application to China, and within 2 weeks I was on a plane. It was just so easy to get a job there. They had zero standards. So yeah.
Zero standards doesn't put the bar very high there, Chris. But you got there anyway, and you must have had some prep time back in the States, or England is actually where you live now, right?
I live in Berlin now. I moved from Wales about 8 months ago, so I haven't been here too long.
Yeah. One of the things that I love about traveling is that no matter where you go, you're going to find a great story of somebody who has an unbelievable background. I've been to Wales a bunch of times. And I remember we played in a town called Llandudno.
Ah, yeah, seaside town. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. So again, you know, when you travel, my grandmother used to say traveling is broadening. And now here you are. Let's just catch up with our hero in the story. You're in China and you've been given a job that you never imagined having to tackle. And you're creating a curriculum are you working with kids?
Yeah, these were all 7 and 8 year old children who, luckily, when I first arrived, they were all kind of reined in by the ferocious Chinese teachers who were always present in the room. So they were all sitting perfectly attentive and quiet while I just messed up every single class. But eventually they started letting they would just leave in the middle of a class, and I'd be like, no, please. And then the children would start revolting and start running up to the front of the board and going crazy.
And that meant they were participating. Is that it?
That meant I had no idea what I was doing.
Wow. And how long did it take before you were able to, kind of put a corral around those wild kids? They weren't really wild. They were just revolting that they had the freedom suddenly. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because they have this idea that foreigners, and they just have these two categories, Chinese people and foreigners. They will say things like, oh, foreigners love potatoes, don't they? It's like, do you mean Americans or Chileans or which foreigners? They just have these two categories. Anyway, they say that, or they have this idea that foreigners are like fun, bubbly, playful. So they just want to play with you, and they don't see you in the same way that they see the Chinese teachers. So in some way, that's great. That's a great benefit, but, you have to learn how to use it.
Yes. And what is the goal of your teaching? I mean, you're teaching more than just English, right? I mean, you're teaching language and mathematics maybe, or are you doing anything culturally with them?
Well, yeah, we were trying to bring across our culture, and every time there was a holiday, we would make special classes about it. But really, at that age, we are just focused on just very simple English concepts. They have zero English, most of them. So yeah, the culture side, you can't really bring across culture if they don't even have the very fundamentals of the language yet, you know?
Do they have a desire to learn English?
No, absolutely not. Like, they're all there because their parents told them to be there, you know? Oh, there's the odd little angel who is just loving every minute and just wants to be there and wants everyone to just shut up so they can learn, you know? There's the odd one. But most of them, their parents have just said, you need to do this because of my dreams and you're going to fulfill my dreams. Yeah.
Well, Chris, I really appreciate this. You were born in South Africa. You've lived in Wales. You've schooled in Milton Keynes in England, and now you live in Berlin. Any place that you're yearning to be now that you've been here 10 years, I think you said?
I've been here in Berlin 8 months, but I am not yearning to be anywhere. As I was saying to Chris earlier, I am wherever I have a certain objective, and I am wherever that objective needs me to be. The location is not very important to me.
I would say that the world is shrinking in that regard, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Chris, tell us your last name.
Haupt.
Spell it for us.
Haupt. It's a very German name.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Hauptmann.
Yes, yeah.
Wonderful, Chris. Well, here's our second Chris, and these two blokes met in China, both, I think, doing the same job. Hey, Chris.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I think you are too. I'm looking at some tall glasses with very little beer in them.
Yeah, doing very well, thank you.
Yeah. Talk to us about your life and what led you to China.
So I studied economics at university, and I did a dissertation on the economic growth route of Brazil and China. And as I was studying China, I thought it was super interesting, so I wanted to go see it for myself, essentially. And then I ended up, the easiest route to that was through teaching. So I met the other Chris through teaching that way.
Wow. And you guys were like, hey, look at us. We're from, English speaking territory. What are you doing here? That kind of thing?
It was more like, you see another person that's, in a similar situation to you. So you instantly have some common ground. So you become friends that way, rather than it's like a sea of Chinese people, and you see one other person who's like, oh, maybe this person also is having the same kind of struggle. So you're like, oh, we can be friends if you want.
Did you find it challenging to walk into a classroom full of Chinese kids who were sitting at attention?
Yeah, absolutely. Is the first class I had is the Chinese staff were just like, go on then, do your teaching thing. And I was like, what kind of teaching thing? And they're like, yeah, just go. There's maybe 40 children looking at me, and I had no idea what they were expecting me to do, or what the children were expecting me to do, or what even the job expectations were. And then, so I started, and I was sweating. It was a hot day as well, so it's in China in the summer, so it was 35 degrees, something like this. So it was not a pleasant experience, but it was a baptism by fire, essentially.
Yeah. How long did you stay and do that?
Teaching.
Yes.
So I was teaching English, for 3 years, and then I moved to teaching economics, which is what I studied at university. And that was a bit easier because the students it became high school, so they had a bit of English grounding. So it was more of a pure focus on economic concepts rather than teaching non-English speakers English. So it was a bit different and a good challenge as well.
And Chris, what was the age group of the first classroom that you walked into?
They were grade 2, so I think they were 7 or 8 years old. So, I really liked teaching them, but it was a challenge as well, because there's 40 of them in a class and not always attentive, or they don't always want to do what exactly you want them to do. So,
yeah.
It's a good experience.
I target 5th graders because they are old enough to have something to say and they're young enough to still be kids.
Yeah.
And that did you find it something did you get to that level?
So I did an after school club as well, and there was I think 5th grade is a it's a good age because they're still like have the youthfulness and excitement. They haven't been drilled out of them yet. And so they still have that kind of energy, like childlike energy. But they're not like, such a low. I tried teaching kindergarten as well, and that was far too low to really like resonate with.
Yeah, I get that totally. I mean, I've worked in schools where they want me with every grade level in the school from kindergarten through 5th grade. And it's a world of difference from the little kids. Sometimes when I'm working with kindergartners, we get lucky and we build a song called The Best Teacher in the World or something like that, but something that they can relate to. And when they get to 5th grade, they've got ideas coming like you wouldn't believe. I remember one song the group wrote a song called The Outlaws of Independence, and they were studying the American Revolution. And another group wrote a song called Space Cows Walking on the Moon. So you never know.
It's got such good ideas, right?
No, but the thing is, they vote on their titles.
Yeah.
And it's their freedom. So if they come up with a song like Books, 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 it's their job to complete it. And I helped them, of course, but that's the fun of it all. And I have still pretty boundless energy to work with kids. I've been doing that for 16 years now with not Count It Off. That's the podcast. Y'all know me. I don't always say what I mean to say. With Making Music Nashville style, we just completed our 16th year of it. Chris, what's your last name?
Berry.
Spell it?
Berry.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad that we were just up here at Hospitality in our hotel in the M Club, overlooking sunsetting on Berlin, looking at that famous building with the ball on it and that goalpost looking thing sticking out of the top. And appreciate you guys very much. We're going to get this thing out on the air before too long, and I hope you guys will tune in and check out what we've been doing. I really appreciate both of you. Thank you so much. So Chris Haupt and Chris Berry.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Hey, babe.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed this show. We invite you to check out all the other episodes and share this channel with all of your friends.